Well, millions of people now look to dating websites to find love, but that could bring big risk. 2 News reporter Jason Grubbs shows how to reduce the risk with background checks you can do for free.
Meet Cheryl, a widow who loves to read and spend time with friends and dogs. Cheryl lost her husband of 35 years in 2007, and recently she decided it was time to date. She went on Match.com and before long met a potential Mr. Right.
I saw his picture, and I'm the one that winked at him.
His name's Carl Jennings, a 60-year-old construction engineer, a widower himself, and a father of a teenager. Raised in Denmark, Carl came complete with an accent and all the right things to say. He writes, "I'm a gentleman looking to meet a lady, first as friends, and see what life has to offer us."
He saw my picture, very interested, kind of saying the things that women like to hear.
The two talked for weeks. It came time to meet, but Carl suddenly got called away to Malaysia on business. Then a business emergency. He asked Cheryl for $10,000. She eventually wired him $2,000.
I went on and sent the money, but then I think I knew that I had done the wrong thing.
It didn't stop there. Next, Cheryl says Carl's 13-year-old son needed surgery, and Carl again needed money. Now suspicious, Cheryl contacted the school where Carl said his son was enrolled. She learned no one by that name went there. Upset and out $2,000, Cheryl ended it with Carl.
And I told him, the gravy train stops here.
Cheryl's not alone. In November, the Federal Trade Commission issued a warning to anyone using dating websites to be on guard. The typical scenario, the scammer creates a fake profile, gains trust, and then asks for money to be wired outside the U.S.
It's never been easier to falsify and communicate who you are, what you are.
Chuck Stevenson's a private investigator who says these days more people turn to him to do a background check on someone. And most times, the person is not who they say they are.
A lot of these we run into, I'd say close to 60%, are money issues, where that individual will eventually ask for money.
A recent New York Times article shows online dating detectives can unmask Mr. or Mrs. Wrong. Everything from websites to smartphone apps offer to background your potential mate for a price. But there are ways for you to dig up dirt on your potential mate for free. First stop, ZabaSearch. Type in a name and a state and unearth information. Next, check out court records. Sites like oscn.net or odcr.com for Oklahoma. Both public, easy to access. So is the sex offender registry. Each state has one. Also learn where your potential love lives. Then go to work. County websites list property including homes, cars, and other toys. As for Cheryl, she thought her guy was legit. He sent her copies of business contracts and documents that appear real. They're not.
I feel very gullible. I feel very stupid. I think I learned my lesson.
Cheryl filed a police report and now bravely shares her online dating horror story, hoping it may spare someone else heartache. Jason Grubbs, 2 News, works for you.
Jason, thanks. Now, dating websites say they're not liable for the information that's put out there, but there are websites to help you do background checks on a potential mate. We've linked those to our website, kjrh.com. Just click on the Segment 2 tab.